Hi everybody, I'm Amy Brugh. I use she, her pronouns and I'm the brains and muscle behind Amy Brugh Consulting. Welcome to Tips and Tricks for Nonprofits. In today's video, I'm going to talk with you about how to hire a consultant. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm going to provide you with 10 tips on how to hire a consultant. And I'm mostly talking about how you can hire a consultant to help with your work in a nonprofit, but this could apply to any time you need to hire someone that is external to your organization or business or whatever entity you're working in. Number one, determine why you need outside help. There may be someone internal to your organization that is being underutilized in their role. Maybe they have some skills that they could offer to whatever the project or planning is that you need. So the first thing that you want to do is see if you have the skills and expertise internally. If you don't, or if there's a reason why it's better to have a person external to your organization because they might be neutral or because they have skills to offer that you don't currently have, then hire an outside person and just be clear about why you need to get help externally. Number two, define the scope. When defining the scope of your project, you're going to want to get clear on the work that needs to be accomplished, what you can do internally, and what you want your outside person to help with. So you need to get really clear on the scope of work that you'll be asking the consultant to do. Number three, determine a timeline. Usually I like to figure out when I need to have my project completed and then build a timeline backwards from there. So you may also want to determine when you're able to get started and then build your timeline between that start point and when you need to have the work completed. Depending on what the scope is of the work, it may be over a set of months, maybe it's a set of weeks, maybe it's over years. But you need to figure out what the timeline is in which you want to get the work completed and correspond that to the scope of work. Number four, state your budget. I find that this is one of the most difficult things to do, is to get people to understand that they need to state their budget. It may be a budget range. You may know exactly how much money you have to spend on the project, but it's your job when you are looking for outside help to determine what the budget is that you have to offer and to state that budget, either the exact amount of money you have or the range. Believe me, this will help you and any consultants you're looking to hire to get clear on what your budget is and to state it. Number five, create an RFP. RFP stands for Request for Proposals. Once you've determined that you need outside help and you've got your scope of work, your timeline, and your budget, you want to create a document that conveys that information to whoever may submit a proposal. So you want to make sure that you create an RFP that reflects what you're looking for, that's fair. It may include some information about your organization in addition to what you're looking for this project, but be sure to create an RFP. Number six, accept and review proposals. After you've issued your RFP and you've set a deadline for when you need to gather proposals, you'll accept proposals from whoever applies, or you may need to seek them out. You may need to reach out to people and ask them to submit a proposal. And then you may review those proposals with others within your organization. You'll have some process figured out for how you will fairly review those proposals. And I think it's best to communicate to whomever has submitted a proposal what the process is, what your timeline is, when you'll be getting back to them, etc. So make sure that you accept and review proposals in a timely way to keep your project moving. Number 7, make a decision. Once you have accepted proposals, you need to figure out which one you're going to choose and then make a decision and communicate that to anyone who has submitted a proposal, whether you're going to hire them for your work or not. So make a decision, communicate it to whomever is not going to be hired, and start working with whomever you've determined is the best fit in terms of proposal and the work that you need to get accomplished. Number 8, communicate. Communicate what is going on with any stakeholders internal to your organization, anyone who is external to your organization and has a stake in this project, to the people who have submitted a proposal, like I just said. Make sure you stay in frequent communication with whomever you've hired to do the consulting work. My belief is that over communication is almost always better than under communication. Number 9, write a letter of agreement. I usually use what I call is a letter of agreement. This may be a contract or another way that you come to agreement with whomever you're hiring to do the consulting work in writing. In the letter of agreement, I include the scope of work, the payment or fees that have been agreed to, the timeline, so when this work will start and end, if there are other co-facilitators or other co-consultants, how they will be a part of this project, and anything else that is relevant to make sure that you are in agreement in writing with who you are hiring to do this consulting work. Number 10, get to work. Getting to work is perhaps my favorite part of the work of as a consultant working with an organization. So once you have gone through your RFP process, you've accepted proposals, you know what you want to get done with the work with the consultant, get to work. Don't delay. Make sure you stay adherent to your timeline with flexibility, of course, as needed. But once you've got your letter of agreement or contract in place, get started with the work and get going. Thank you for watching this video about how to hire a consultant. If you're finding this content relevant to you, please like this video, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.